And one other thing to talk about before we bring Chris on here for his readings, and speaking of his readings, we are now doing Chris's readings on YouTube. So look for Chris to do weekly readings. He's been posting a couple already up on our YouTube channel. And you guys can go check out the weekly readings that he does with his tarot deck cards and see what the week has in store. So check out our YouTube channel at HauntingLIVE Podcast, and he's been posting those up as well. And the final thing before we just switch over to him tonight is our website has a new feature that we just put on, and we'd appreciate it if you guys would check this out as well. We just added a brand new donation button to the bottom of our website. So if you go to HauntingLivePodcast.com and you feel like supporting us a little financially, that would be appreciated. So we can bring you more Haunting Live podcasts once we get back out into locations. That money will be going to travel and expenses and stuff like that. So any donations that come in go directly to the podcast, and it will bring you more locations. And once we get back out, we'll be able to spread out more and get out of the studio, hopefully. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we do have a brand new donation button now sitting down at the very bottom of our website at HauntingLivePodcast.com. So with that, let's go and switch over to Chris and bring him in and start the readings for the night. So thank you guys very much for tuning in here to Haunting Live Podcast. Let's switch over to Chris here. Are you here?
I'm here.
Awesome, great.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing great. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have Chris Larocque joining us of Haunting Live Podcast. He's going to be hosting some readings tonight. So rules for tonight, guys, are go ahead, type your questions in the chat. We'll pass them on to Chris. And anything you want to ask him, feel free. It's free reading mini night tonight. And we are using 2 different decks tonight. So in your questions, when you post them up, just make sure that you guys ask which type of deck you want to use for your reading tonight. So
just to clarify, these are not tarot cards. These are actually oracle cards. Actually, the difference, though, is tarot cards are actually more or less geared towards the energy and also person that's actually doing them. Now, with the oracle cards, these ones here are more or less messages actually from your guardian angels. And these actually do help out with your strength, your heart, and your challenges. Plus, also, there's another way actually I do readings for you guys, which I do can do actually for you guys directly, privately. Actually, email me actually at ogpsfilming@outlook.com. That way, I can actually be able to actually do the readings for you. Now, the way I do those ones are actually sort of do with your energy messages actually from the spirit guides directly, and those are actually 7 cards altogether. So that's actually what I do for you guys. The other ones, again, those, like what Trevor was saying, normal deck of cards. Normal deck of cards are way harder, but that's something actually I feel more comfortable with. A message that just came in from Shirley. Hello, guys. Just wondering what the next bit holds actually for her and Bob altogether. I've been having a feeling of something hasn't been right also. So we'll just hold on to those questions, Trev. All right, so Shirley, I'm going to actually be able to see what's going actually on. All right, so I'm actually doing the 3-card one, and those ones there are basically is the strength, the heart, and the challenge. So the first one, though, is actually your strength. What strengths are given actually within this area? So that one there, all right, which is the actually protection guard. Actually, drop your shields. The next one, though, which is actually the heart. What your heart wants you to know about the situation. That one there is the great teacher. Now the next one, from the great teacher, though, is learn from the spiritual experience. Now the final one, which is the challenge. All right, so for the challenged one, actually, that one there is be brave and be honest. So those are actually messages actually to you not from actually normal cards, but from your guardian angels and your angels that are with you. So, all right. So, Trevor, you were going to actually ask a question?
Yeah, so thank you very much for the question there, Shirley. Hope that answers a little bit for you. And you always ask questions great in chat tonight, so thank you very much. Yeah, so we have a question for Chris. We're going to bounce back and forth between the reading questions and some interview questions tonight as well, so just to keep things interesting. So this one's for Chris. What was your first experience with the paranormal world or spiritual world?
So my very first experience was actually at the age of 6. Actually, I was living out in the south end of Kitchener, and woke up and saw 2 spirits actually rising from the floor. And as you say, as a normal child, what you normally do though is actually pinch yourself, so that way you know exactly if you're awake or whatever. They stood there, and that was my very first experience ever. So.
And is that what led you into the spiritual world, or was it something that you sort of pushed away and didn't deal with at the time?
Well, for myself though, actually at the time though, I was going to church, and I was being brought forward, like bringing the questions actually to the pastors. The pastors didn't have a full response to me, so I was really not too sure. I kept on actually asking questions until much later in life.
Okay, great. So that's a little bit about that answer. And does anybody else have any questions for Chris tonight? We do have. Actually, Marcy just posted a question. Thinking about flying to Florida for 3 weeks at the end of November, would it be a good idea?
Okay.
Or should she wait till the borders are open
Okay,
again?
all right. So, Marcy, you need to know from you, what cards do you want? Do we want the normal deck of cards? Please let me know. You can put down O or N. N would be for normal, and O is for oracle. So, just gonna wait for a couple minutes. And I'll sort of let you know, Marcy, without me shuffling the cards or whatsoever, but oracle, please. Okay, all right. So for my personal self, I would say no, don't go. The reason why is because you'd be locked down for 14 days, no matter what, even though that we're still in stage 3. Stage 3 here in Ontario, Canada is actually on hold. It's actually because of Toronto, Burlington, and there's also one other city that actually has the numbers up very high. But let's just see what cards are saying for you. And these, again, though, are coming from your guardian angels, which I call guardian angels, but they're actually from your angels that are with you. All right, so that way the first one that we got, again, though, is actually the strength one, and that's actually the star ancestor. All right, and the star ancestor says, follow the voice of your soul. Now, the second one, though, is actually another guardian angel. It's the Mystique, I think it is pronunciation, actually, for that one. And that one, there's your heart. So you basically have to go with your heart with the situation. Unlock the magic within. So basically, that's trying to say to you, with magic that's inside you, I know that there's a lot more stuff happening, but we have to slowly wait for that one. Now, the last one, though, is the highest priest. And that one there is actually your challenge. Sorry for that. And with the challenge one, though, that one there is intend the create. Sorry, intend and create. So that one there is create about going. But again, those with the borders being closed right now, unfortunately, we can't go. It's all because of the 3 high areas here in Ontario. And especially with the schools that just started, who knows? The schools might be actually shut down also very soon because of some of the classes are not staying actually according to the rules. So we do actually have to stay very cautious and protect ourselves. So I hope those are good for you. And Trevor, is there any other questions?
No, nothing new just come in yet. So thank you very much, Marcy, though, for your question. And she also put in chat that she's retired, so she said it's okay to isolate for 2 weeks for them if they have to. So,
Okay.
but I think the cards were saying it's up to her, it's her choice if they want to go, and basically they can make their mind up if they do want to take that risk or not. So,
Yep.
which is totally fine too. So, yeah, we do have a question. Cheryl Snyder is asking. I'd like a general reading with the normal deck of cards, please.
No problem. Sorry about it. This takes a little bit. Got to break them up into the actual files. Okay. All right. So growing up, though, basically you've actually had two great actually people around you. Closest one, though, actually to you, which was actually a younger male that was pretty close to you. Now with this male, though, he did pass away. It could have been actually within your past life. Doesn't have to be in this life. Now the other thing though is with with your media right now. Okay, that the you've got two women really close to you that you like to chum out with. And now with this though, the two women are joyful with you. They're kind of like a sister to you. This is exactly what the two women are like. There's nothing negative at all. That if there is, I would personally let you know in a direct message. All right, and just to let you know, the male from your past life or right when you were younger is still with you, actually within the future. It's the child or the male is actually one of your actually angels with you, and you're gonna actually have a long, healthy, happy life actually with your partner. So those is actually what's coming up for you. Alrighty. So just to let you know, actually, for myself though, at the age of 19, I turned 19 years old way back when. Of course, we all did. I was actually taken to a bar, and afterwards, so my actually party that was with me decided to take me past this location, Guelph. Now the location is called the Open Cemetery, and what happened though is driving down the road and realized though I was actually a trans channeler. So basically, what that means is actually I step back, the spirit be able to come forward and actually communicate through my vocal cords. My vocal cords do not sound the same; they sound totally different, and that's one thing though that's actually a bit about myself. So, and yes, you're welcome. So, it's pretty quiet on your end, Trev. Does anybody else have any actually questions at all? Feel free to type them in. I'd like to be able to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we do have one question here from Elzda, I think it is. I'm having stress on with one of my sisters. Can you comment on this? So she's asking for some comments about her stress on her sister. So
Okay, all right, all right. Now, would you like actually Oracle cards or would you like normal cards by any chance? Please let me know. Press O for Oracle or press N for normal. And we know exactly how all sisters are. I don't get a line at all. Don't want to get into the situation, but I no longer get along with my sister and I keep my distance. But like to be able to find out from you. It doesn't matter for you? Wonderful. Let's just see what these cards are saying for you. Ooh, you got High Priest again. You got Mountain. And then you got your Arrow. All right. So the Strength, though, is just actually the Highest Priestess. All right. And that one there is actually to do with actually the strengths and gifts actually of the situation. So that one there is Hender's actually magic power. So Hender's magic power. So that one there is actually just saying though that you've got actually the power within inside you for the strength. Now the Mountain one. Stand your ground. And that one there's to do with your heart. What your heart wants you to know about the situation. So again, they'll stand your ground. The last one though is actually challenge. What you need to know about in order to grow. All right. And that one there is the Arrow. Surround yourself with positive energy. So I hope those actually tell you exactly about your sisters or about your sister. So the card's basically saying no is stand your ground. All right. And then also though is surround yourself with positive energy. So basically though is more or less short and sweet. Move on. Family's always going to be there, but let you know, family though doesn't have to be your blood family. It can be actually your friends, your relatives, so that you get along with, or actually what your family is.
Yeah, so true. So thank you very much for that. Hope your reading was what you were hoping for. And we do have another one from Tracy Snyder. She's asking, I would love an oracle reading. So I guess just a general order or oracle
Just a
reading.
general.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Let me cut those in half. All right, so the first one though is actually again though your strength, and it is the air guardian. All right, so that's what that one looks like. And the air guardian is basically shift your personas. All right. The next one though, which is heart. What your heart wants you to know about the situations. All right. That's a pretty good one though. It's actually the she-wolf. Now with the she-wolf though, that is actually unleash the wild within inside you. We always have the wild. So the next one though is actually change. What you need to know or work actually within the strength for growing. And that's actually White Witch. Oops. Sorry if I'm a bit actually off on the screen, but the White Witch. All right, and what that one there is be the light, shine yourself through. Again, though, don't forget, stay wild. So those are actually for you. All right, and I noticed that Tracy is actually kind of laughing with inside on the chat.
Yeah, she's enjoying the reading, I guess. So thank you very much, Tracy, for your question. And please feel free to ask any questions at any point. So that's for anybody. Anybody have any more questions tonight? Please just type them in chat and we'll get them on air tonight for Chris, who's doing mini readings with 2 different types of decks tonight. So make sure you ask Chris which deck you want him to use, or if you don't have a preference, that's fine also. But he's using the Oracle deck as well as a normal deck of cards, so it's your choice tonight. We do have one question that came in, though. It's from Karen Blackstock.
Yep.
And Karen's asking, I would love a card reading about a sale of a business and going forward with a new one. So she's wondering about the sale of a business.
Okay, all right. So that one there, Karen, I'm actually going to do the Angel Oracle cards for you. All right, so I love these ones. I actually came up from the angels. So the first one, though, All right. It's a little bit hard to read for the font, but it looks like drive. But that one there is actually strength. Stand what? Sorry. The strength is the gift though that's actually within this situation. So that one there is hold your space. So basically hold the space actually so far for the business that you would love to get to. The next one though, winter. Winter is coming up really soon for us. Who knows if we're gonna actually really have a fall since we didn't have a spring. All right, that one there is take care actually of your needs. So those are two wonderful ones. And the last one though is actually the mountain one. Again, that came up a little bit earlier. And that one there is actually a challenge. Challenge what you need to work on in order to grow. So that one there is again the mountain, and that one there is stand your ground. So those are coming from angels, and sounds like they'll go for the challenge actually for your business.
Oh, there you go, Karen. Hope that was answered your question, and thank you very much for posting a question here tonight on Haunted Live Podcast. And everybody,
all right, Marcy actually,
yep.
I noticed Marcy put something in. Sorry, Trev.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly mention that Karen was actually a guest on our past podcast, so everybody can go check out the episode that Karen was on. Go check out our YouTube.
What episode was that, by any chance?
I believe it was number 20, if I'm correct. So go back through our episodes on either Facebook here or back on our YouTube channel, and you can go check out the interview that we had with Karen. It was really amazing. So, yes, there is a question though from Marcy. Chris, did you know when you were a small child that you held special powers or insight? So did you know anything?
That's a good question. Actually, I kind of did. What I was more actually in tune with was actually dreams. Most of my dreams actually came true, and there was a big case that actually happened actually out in the south end of Kitchener. It was actually about a major party, and I was not in the area, didn't know the people at all, and actually I had a vision exactly how this person actually did die. So yeah, personally myself, actually, that's how I first of all started was with dreams, and then from there I've grown. Most of you actually know us actually from the past, actually from the Kitchener Historical Ghost Walks, so that we used to do, and from that though, we basically gave up the reason why is because there was an interest for it, but for us though, we needed to move actually on with our future. But from then, though, we've actually had our own past TV show. Actually, in 2013, we began national television and national podcasts, even radio stations throughout North America. We've grown so strong. Actually, we've got more people actually in Thunder Bay. Actually, they'll actually draw more attention to us, which is pretty good. Even though that we were pretty much up there. What was it for a weekend?
Yeah, we were just up there a few years ago, and we weren't up there that long. Like you said, just for a weekend or so, or a few days or whatever it was. And we had people recognizing us just from being in the city itself. So I think an area like that just doesn't get that kind of recognition of the paranormal world. So when people go there that are into it like we are, I think it's drawn to them that way. So.
Yeah, but we love everybody from all over. Mm-hmm. Again, though, I'm actually doing personal readings nowadays. Trevor is actually growing more stronger within his spiritual gifts. I'm actually growing stronger. And again, though, is within the next couple of weeks, we're going to actually have major people actually on our podcast.
Yes, we do. This is one of our last weeks that we are going to be hosting mini readings like this. We're still going to continue to do them when we have a chance. But coming up, we do have almost every week booked full solid with guests coming on the show. So you guys should look forward to that. We have guests starting on September 26th coming into the show, and we're, I think, booked solid all the way up until about the end of October. So we're right now booking dates into November. If anybody wants to be on the show still, we do have some fall dates for November starting now. So
yeah, and for Halloween, though, we're doing a very special podcast for you guys.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're right now developing and planning out the special Halloween episode podcast. So we're hoping to have a very special guest, somebody that we work with in the television field, coming on and being a special guest. He's a hilarious comedian, and we're hoping to have sort of more comedic type atmosphere on the show for that episode, and do a little type of almost like a game show type night. So we have this planned out, and he's already agreed to it, and we're just working out the details right now with him, and hopefully we will have him on for our Halloween episode coming up.
And for that, though, most people actually that live actually in the Waterloo region, actually in Stratford to Guelph, Waterloo region down to Brantford, will know exactly who this person is.
Yeah. So
if you're outside, you guys are missing such a good guy.
Yeah, that's going to be an amazing show, guys. It's going to be totally different to what we normally do, which is what we like to do here. We try to bring on different guests for you guys to keep the show fresh and new. And we haven't had this person on before, and he's a really awesome comedian and host. He does his own show on TV right now, so he's into the TV field. And
he's a comedy guy.
Yeah, he's a comedian and comic type person, so I think it's really going to be an amazing show for Halloween. So yeah, look forward to that.
All right. And no problem, Marcy. Just got your message, and no problem at all. So if there's anybody that's actually on right now, though, that's actually scared for typing in any questions, feel free. Don't worry. Nobody's out there to judge you.
Yeah, no judgment here.
We don't use your last name at all. We don't say, we don't make fun of you, nothing at all. Again, if there's any questions, draw them towards me. I'd like to be able to read them for you.
Yeah, we're an open book here, guys. So this is one of the last nights for a while that we will be hosting mini readings. And if you guys have questions you want to ask us, feel free to type them in chat. We're using 2 different decks tonight, though, so make sure you indicate which deck you want to use, either the Native Oracle deck or the normal playing card deck. So, but that's one thing we should mention, I guess, is if you guys do want to continue getting some mini readings, our colleague is also doing her Sunday night readings, right?
Yeah, my favorite cousin. Mm-hmm. And that's the Queen of Ooga Booga. She was actually on last week's episode with Trevor and myself. She's on YouTube Sunday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Is right when her show is. She does it for an hour, so like what we do. She'd be like, glad to actually also do some readings for you.
Yeah, so go check out our colleague in the field. She's also going to be at the Queen's Inn event coming up in November, and looking forward to that. And if you guys want to continue to get some free mini readings, she does her mini readings Sunday nights at 9 o'clock on her YouTube channel, The Queen of Ooga Booga.
Yeah, and if you want to get a personal reading from her, besides me, you can actually be able to check out Spot by the Tracks, which is actually in Stratford, and that's exactly the name of the place. It's the Spot by the Tracks. So.
Yeah, and Jim is asking in chat just for a general reading, and he says you choose which deck. So,
all right. Well, Jim, since I'm actually shuffling the Oracle, I'll actually do those ones for you. All right, because these ones here are more or less speaking to me. Right when I got these cards, actually, I got them from Amazon, but I was actually more or less drawn to them than anything else. And since I'm actually 4th generation Native Indian, Swampy Cree, they speak more with me. A lot easier for understanding. So again, the strength is the first one. All right. That one there is the eagle. You can see the eagle actually spreading its wings actually pretty far out. And that one there is see from higher areas. So see from a higher distance up. All right. The next one, Jim, is the Earth. The Earth Guardian. The Earth Guardian, though, we see really beautiful, actually, for the colors and all that. And with that one there, actually, that one there is the heart. What your heart wants you to know about the situations that are going actually on. Right? Stay rooted and grounded. Now, the last one, though, is actually a challenge. All right? What you need to know what you need to know or work actually on for the growing. And that one there is the dream and journey. So basically, even though we have a long journey actually ahead of us, right? And we're always thinking ahead. All right, with all 3 cards, those ones are actually pretty good. So again, though, that one was the Eagle, Earth Guardian, and the Dream. All right, and I noticed though that there's another one though that came in.
Yes, we do have another question from Shirley. She's asking, hi there, was wondering when the cards be saying that we will be moving. She's contemplating either staying in the trailer in the, I think, New Year or something, and Oracle cards, please.
Okay. All right. So we're all shuffling. 2 cards fell out. All right. So listen again, though, Mother Earth. All right. So the first one though that popped out, Mother Earth, right there. I'm pretty sure you guys can see that one. All right. So that one there is feel loved and comfort. Now the next one though that actually fell out is a time period. It doesn't have to say this time period, but it could be actually next time period, which is the autumn. So the autumn time period is more or less what you're looking actually at. That one there is release the old and rust. So basically, those you need to release the old and the rust, and that's for autumn. So basically, those you'll be sort of staying grounded, but you're gonna be able to get those around autumn time.
Okay.
Hope those ones actually helped you out.
Yeah, we hope that was answers that you were looking for there, Shirley. So thank you very much for that question. And if anybody else has any questions, feel free to post them up here in chat tonight. We are hosting one of our final, maybe the final mini reading night for a while. We are booked solid with guests coming on the show, which is amazing. Lots of interesting people coming on, which I'm very happy about. And we get to talk to them and interview them, and you get to find out about them when you tune in live here to Haunting Live podcast. So
now, again, though, is pretty much weekly. Actually, on Wednesdays, I will be launching actually on YouTube underneath OGPS Filming / HauntingLIVE, I think it is. I will be posting weekly readings for you guys. And if you guys have missed any of our past podcasts, be able to upload actually your local podcast provider and check us out. We are actually underneath HauntingLIVE podcast.
Yeah, so we have been working hard lately trying to get more distribution here for Haunting Live, so you guys can find us and listen to us in more places. We are on the big guys now, so we are listed officially finally on different podcast apps like Spotify, iTunes, and now even Google Podcasts we're officially on. So you guys can listen to us anytime if you end up missing the live shows. So no more questions at the moment, but Chris, one question for you. For readings, how did you get started in the reading field?
For the reading field, what I actually did though is I picked up a normal deck of cards and just kind of played around with them, which we love to play with cards. Anyways, the cards were actually more or less speaking to me. For those that don't know, I am actually 4th generation Native Indian. I am Swampy Cree. My guardian angel, which is actually my great-great-grandmother, she came forward and actually was able to come forward and actually explain to me in a vision exactly of how to work with the normal playing cards. So that's one thing though that she did. Now, I'll let you know, we do actually have all let me rephrase that. We actually have all angels around us. Some of you might be like, yeah, right, whatsoever. That's sort of like though is if you look at a situation, if you have a dog, and if you picture though, okay, right, the dog needs water, and also you go to the dog bowl, and the dog's there, and the dish is empty. The angel actually sent you the message, indicating to you so that the dog needs water. The angel can be anything, really. It could be actually to do with actually a little flash of light. It can be with a little flash of memory. It could be a feather. It can be actually anything. Pretty much what an angel is. The angel is trying to get back to you to let you know exactly certain messages. That's what an angel is.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Chris. Okay, guys, well, with that, I think we will say goodbye to Chris. We don't have any new questions coming in right now, so we're almost out of time as well. So we'll cut it off early tonight because it's just a mini reading and chat night.